My man Bernie Burns, Bernie man, Bernie Burns.
Overachievers. Journalism from a master site.
I write rhymes for Beamer. Rovers, overachievers.
Journalism from a master
I write
site.
rhymes for Beamer. Rovers, overachievers.
Journalism from a master site.
I write rhymes for Beamer. Rovers, overachievers.
Journalism from a
I write
master
rhymes
site.
for Beamer.
Peace, it's your man Burns, and you're now locked into Twin2ition presents Clear the Air.
Get it.
All right, then. What a goddamn button there. Let's turn this up a little bit. Thank you for the applause. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all back to Twin2ition presents Clear the Air. I go by the name of Hoggie. You're humble, thought-provoking, regular old guy, yo. I go by the name of Hoggie, yo, and I'd like to welcome y'all back to Clear the Air, man. Go ahead and give me a little round of applause one more time for the one time. Coming by my wife, my loving wife, Miss Nichole, on the boards where the goddamn chimes at. And what we here to do, Nichole?
We're here to clear the air with Charged Up.
All right, let's go. So yeah, right now we are somewhere different, y'all. Right now we are in RVA. We in Richmond City, and we on Broad Street, man, here at the Charged Up store, and we got a special guest. I mean, a very, very special guest. I always want to do one of them. We can like lead up the person or whatever. But I met this guy through another guy working in my gift, right? And somehow, some way, the way it all happens, you come in, you pay your dues. You learn. That's what Clear the Air for. Clear the Air is for everybody to learn. And I say all that to say this dude has inspired me to continue to work in my gift in the creative process as well as like believe in myself wholeheartedly. And I didn't know it was like this until I started just, to peep and watch, share, listen, ask questions, and try to make a name out here for myself, and ended up coming to Charged Up Fest last year, and was like at awe of what Richmond can do with everybody. You know what I'm saying? What everybody can do if we all come together and had the same vision, man. But not only the same vision, the same work ethic, and the same level of passion behind what you're trying to create. Because at the end of the day, when we leave, we want to be remembered, some way, shape, form, or fashion that can ever keep us immortalized, you know what I'm saying? And, not all heroes wear capes. And without further ado, y'all, as I get my shit together, where the air horns at? This is when I'm gonna go that goddamn, drop the lightning bolt as well. But without further ado, y'all, I'd like to welcome to the show, Noah O, y'all. Let's go. Charged Up.
Appreciate that.
Hey, man, I didn't think I had it in me.
Nah, man, you nailed it on the head, though.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all back to Clear the Air, man. This is Noah O, and he is the brains. What they goddamn the motherfucking brains behind this Charged Up pandemic that's going on in these streets, man. And we were setting up, and we had people just popping by, asking, "Hey man, where you been? How you been? We ain't seen you in a minute." And I'm like, "Damn, that dude a hero over here, man. I'm gonna be real with you, dude's my fucking hero, man." And it's I don't know how to say it. Like I said, not all heroes wear capes, man. And just hearing the community, I mean, people of all walks of life just come by, show love, come into the store, look at what's new, and actually copying the shit, y'all. It's inspiring. I can't get no further than that, y'all. And I wanted to, ask you a couple of questions, dog. But before I ask the questions, I always do this thing where I go about starting off by hitting my boards. I was a big the Mero and goddamn what
Deez
and Mero show.
Yeah.
And they had the goddamn one of these joints. And I was like, yo, how they hitting all these buttons? This is some dumb shit that I would do. And when they broke up, I was hurt. And I was like,
They broke up?
Yeah, they broke up.
Dang.
Yeah, they broke up. Shit, like been like 5 years now. And it was the funniest shit. And so what I do is when I start the podcast, I hit all these motherfucking buttons and shit, and all the producers be like, "Hey man, you do beats?" Hell no, I don't. But I am right now taking any kind of applications that y'all throwing out there for a workshop. Cause I feel like music is also spiritual, and we can be able to communicate that message. So whatever message you're trying to convey, that's dope as hell. So let me go ahead and goddamn get started. So if you want to get the podcast started, give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
And let's clear the motherfucking air, y'all.
No doubt. K-Slate brought us over here to clear the air, you know what I mean?
And you know what? And that's what I want to do, man. I want to clear the air, man.
Baby gobble in the fair. This industry shit is weird. Tell them to clear the air. It's writing in the dark.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want?
Damn, you do start fast, don't you?
Got your ass.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
God damn, Jimmy. It's some serious gourmet shit.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you... Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up on me.
Yeah.
Pull up on me. This guy stinks. Can I please have more, sir?
We here to clear the fucking air, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was holding on. I'd like to welcome y'all back to Twin2ition presents Clear the Air. I go by the name of Hoggie, accompanied by my wife, Mr. Nichole, on the boards. And we're here with a special guest, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some interview questions out, man. But we're here with Charged Up proprietor, the man behind the Charged Up, y'all, Mr. Noah O. And we wanted to let y'all know that stop what you're doing. I said stop. You right there. You, yeah. Put that goddamn donut down. Hit the subscribe button right there. Hit the share button. Leave a comment and a like. Or whatever you do, man. And come look goddamn Clear the Air, y'all. So we're gonna be found on IG at Clear the Air, that's ClearTheHeir. YouTube at Clear the Air, Facebook at Clear the Air, Threads at Clear the Air, and where that chime at? On Patreon at Clear the Air. The only thing that's different is X/Twitter. We can be found at Clear the Air Pod. And that's just add POD at the end. It's just like that.
What's the YouTube again?
The YouTube is at Clear the Air.
Nice.
Yeah. And you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend, man. And yeah, we do a lot. But like I said, we're here with Noah O, and I wanted to ask some questions. I know we've been talking off script, but I wanted to ask a question to piggyback off of how the Charged Up start, right? I know you were saying something about Nichole asked you, hey man, how the hell you get to the parking in the back right here? And yeah, go ahead and take the floor, bro. Now, because I wanted to, kind of give a quick little rundown on how do we get to where we are.
Well, the Charged Up as a label, as a movement started in 2002. It really started, as a group of us growing up. We was friends. I started off in a group with my partner Skrill. There was another cat. His name was Vale. And his actual rap name was Charged Up, but we were under another clique, and Charged Up was just like our OGs. That was the slang they used. Like they would say we was charged up, like turned up, because we was young. We was just, full of energy, whatever. But yeah, man, like it was always on my mind that like you need to have like a movement, right? But not just like one artist or two artists. It's like we was in a group. It was three of us. But it was other cats around us too. They rap and did other things. So it's like they can't be part of the group, but what could we make this bigger and include everybody? So I was like, bro, we need to just have our own thing, Charged Up. So boom, that's how that started. But over the years, Charged Up has evolved where, we was always like the mindset, like we want to start businesses, like it's bigger than just rapping. So like we've had studios right now. You can't see it, but it's covered up by that hoodie. But one of my partners, like one of the founding members of Charged Up, he has a Charged Up HVAC and appliance repair.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy. Hey, look. That's crazy. That's dope.
Yeah, so it's like,
hell yeah, that's dope.
over time, you know, of course, like the clothing started because people, you know, when we rolling out, going to shows, you know, they want to represent too. So it started off where we was just making shirts for us to rock. And then other people around like, oh, well, I want a shirt too. So then we started making shirts. Then it was like, well, you know, what could we do? Or what, you know, like where it just don't look like just a t-shirt you just throw on and throw away afterwards. So I'm a big fan. I've always been into fashion, customizing clothes ever since I've been a kid, like customizing boots and sneakers. So I was like, bro, if I'm gonna really make a shirt, you know, I want it to look like something that somebody will rock, like streetwear for real, like fashion. Like, so then, it was like probably a few years before the pandemic. Like I started really taking it serious, like being more intentional.
Ain't too long ago, yeah.
Yeah, nah. Like,
oh wow.
But I was saying that was like a shift when I was like, I need to really approach like every piece of merch like it's just a piece of clothing, not just like I said, just slapping the name or logo. Yeah, nah, man. I want it to look dope to the point where like people that might not even be aware of my music would just cop it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then put two and two together.
That's when it started really like moving as far as that. But as far as the festival aspect, we did the first Charged Up Fest in 2024. It started because like every year around my birthday, I would I've been throwing events, but every year around my birthday, I would either like be doing like a big album release concert or you know, just a show, some kind of big event.
Yeah.
Near my birthday.
The city?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
like,
what's up.
And I would get to Broadberry or different venues, but I was like, you know, this year, since we had the store, I started to throw events within the shop, like free events. And a couple times, like, so for First Friday, sometimes they'll block off like the side streets. So I remember in 2024, it was like, we had the idea, like, let's get the parking lot next to the shop. Like, instead of just throwing like a event in the shop, what if we threw an event in the shop, but then we block off like the parking lot and we could put like, you know, a stage there, food trucks. And we approached one of our neighbors who owns the parking lot and they just, you know, they didn't want that. So long story short, it's like, all right, well, what if we block off this side street? And then from there, I got connected with somebody from the city of Richmond. When I approached them, I just approached them like, you know, how do I get the permit so we could do it ourselves?
Yeah, do it
something small.
Yeah.
It went from that to them being like, nah, we want to sponsor, and what if we make it bigger? Instead of just blocking off the one street, we ended up blocking off 4 streets. All 4 of these blocks back here. And then we put it like a huge stage, food trucks.
Oh wow.
It just went from there where it was like, it went from this one day idea to like, oh man, we're gonna need like multiple days to pull this off. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But one thing I do want to say that really you know, inspired it too is one of my partners is real close with Trey the Truth in Houston.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, he had been asking me for years, like, yo, come with me to Houston. I want you to meet Trey, and I want you to come to Trey Day so you can see what he's doing, because I feel like you kind of got the same thing going on in Virginia, but it'll help to see like just really at what scale
and how to map it out.
Yeah, bro. So.
Yeah, you got to be a student. Like I said, Clear the Air is educational. Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
But like, you got to be a student, right? It's like, how can I see my idea, and then you can have other people, you know, see the vision, you know what I'm saying, for what it is. So yeah.
Bro had asked me, because I opened the store in 2022. He asked me in 22, he was like, you know, he had brought it up. You want to go to Houston? Then I think we ain't talked. Then 2023, he brought it up again. And I was like, yeah, bet. Like, see if it's cool with Trey, if I could roll. So boom, 2023, I went down to Houston for the first time for Trey Day, and then I seen it. Like, man, it was crazy. Like, this dude had multiple days. It was like, normally I think it's from like Wednesday or Thursday through Sunday, like 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And Trey, you know what I'm saying? Like Trey the Truth, people like Nipsey, Currency, these are people that I watch that, you know, especially with Charged Up, like I pattern myself. I'm inspired by these people. You feel me? Definitely. Like I never like be like, nah,
it's a constant
yeah.
evolution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you came from artist to businessman.
Yeah, these is like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like
looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, bro. So to get to go to Houston, and then not only like I'm just there on some like fan shit, I'm there, you know, riding around with cats, seeing it up close. Like so, then when we got back to Virginia, even before we got back, my partner, like, he really works closely with Trey, does a lot of things for him behind the scenes, a lot with the branding for like Trey Day. He was like, you know, I wanted you to see this so you could see, like, this what you need to do when we go back home to Virginia, because homeboy is from up here. So yeah, that really like motivated me, like, okay, it's possible. And then when I started working with my manager, shout out Aunt Marshall, my manager, Aunt, he started, for those who don't know, my manager is Aunt Marshall. He started a legendary hip hop platform called Lyricist Lounge. Yeah. And they've done, you know, big events, like, you know, just a lot of influential things in hip hop. So it was really with Ant's help too. Ant was like, at the time he first like started managing me, he was like, you know, what's one of your goals? Like, what's something you want to work on? And, you know, we started throwing ideas back and forth. And I told him, he was like, you know, you already got the shop. You already know how to put out music, but like, what's something else high level you want to do? I was like, well, you know, I've always wanted to throw like my own festival. He's like, let's do it. And it was that quick. We just was rolling. And yeah, that junk is really because of Ant and him helping me understand how to mobilize the people around me, because I've always had a team, but I maybe didn't know how to like put all the pieces together. You feel me? So like he plays a big part in Charged Up, and really with the fest, he's more like my partner. You know what I mean? Even though he's my manager, he's more like my partner when it comes to certain projects. So
that's tough.
Yeah, shout out to Ant.
But hell yeah, I like.
Now we on year 3. Year 3 is knocked out. So year 4.
Year 3 was like a movie. I'm gonna be real with you. Year 3 was like a movie.
So when do you start planning? Like, how far in advance do you start planning for the Charge Up Fest?
Really, like right now, and this is, you know, so really right now, like July 1st marks when like companies' fiscal calendar will begin again.
That's it.
So like,
you're talking like a businessman. Y'all take notes.
Yeah, and this is to anybody who wants to like get funding, get sponsored. But here's the crazy part. Year 1, you know, we started. I'll say like in January, February, like that one, you know, and the festival's in May, so we had like 4 months. Year 2, we started to plan in July. We started reaching out to potential sponsors. We have a pitch deck, trying to get meetings. But after the first year, the craziest part is the first year we was able to, you know, raise a bunch of money, or more money than I've ever like personally like raised for a project. Then year 2, we probably raised half of that. This year, you know, the festival's in May. For those who don't know, I'm also an artist. I was in Europe with Havoc of Mobb Deep, DJ LES, all April. So like April, I'm on tour in Europe, and then as soon as we got back, we had like 30 days to really do the fest. So like this year, we didn't really get. It's crazy. I feel like this year it went. Probably
time out. Hey, he nonchalant said, "Hey man, I was just with Havoc from Mobb Deep, man. It nonchalant.
We clear the fucking air, yo.
Nonchalant said that shit, y'all. So hey,
there ain't no flex. I'm just saying.
I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, and it's I'm like, hold up, I'm stuck. Hold up. And he was in Europe, by the way. I'm just making sure I heard everything correct. You inspired the hell out of me, big dog.
Thank you.
Yeah, back to what you were saying. My bad.
So, to answer your question, like, really, I've been throwing events for years. To throw something like just one show, if you want a good turnout, I like to have 60 days. So, like, we talking about, this was like 6 days of events, right?
Yeah, right.
So, like, we needed to start now. But this past year, you know, we didn't have that much time because we were so focused on going to Europe, logistically, how to pull that off. It was like 9 of us that went. So we put this year's festival like together in less than like, I'll say 90 days. Cause we was having meetings like, but that just let me know like, our process is getting sharper and sharper, where it's getting easier and easier to do. But yeah, if you want to get funding and stuff, you got to start like 6 months ahead of time. And this is coming from somebody like, again, we did this year. We didn't even raise, we didn't. I still got to pay some people back for like doing this year, but like we didn't really raise no money. So like, I just want people to know that too. Like, I think sometimes people see like, okay, you rap, you got a store, this and that, but it's like a lot of these is like investments or things that I'm pouring money, or people around me, we pouring our money, energy, and time into. It take a lot of investment to get money back.
Right.
You feel me? But like the festival is really like, for one, it's like a labor of love, and it's like a long-term vision. So I feel like this year, for 2027, we should be all right. Like we definitely have gotten a lot sharper as far as my team. So, and one thing I feel like this year we did great, and our original vision was to be like where we don't put on all the events. We kind of like help facilitate. We might get the venues, but we empower others to be able to curate and to do their thing. And it was like, for the most part, it went smooth. It was some challenges, I'll say, like, when you're not able to personally like have your hand on everything and oversee everything, it's gonna be some things that maybe don't go right. You know what I mean?
Right.
That kind of happened.
That come with everything.
Yeah. But
You can't be everywhere at once. You're not omnipresent.
Exactly.
You're not omnipotent. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a vision, and it also
had a right team. People who move the same way as you move. So even though you're not there, if they share the same vision, they're gonna execute it.
That unspoken, the unspoken language. Just look at him like,
Yeah,
I think LeBron did that on one of his games. No, that's definitely dope, dog. To hear, how it's put together, but also give you the truth behind it. Like, so we here to clear the air. You hear something funny or what?
No, the camera keep like.
Oh, trying to focus on me. Oh, yeah. But that's definitely dope to hear. Like, it actually takes, effort, the work, but also investment, but also having a congruent team that can all work together, to achieve a common goal. And I like that. What I wanted to say, dog, is, Clear the Air is for the people. And it's for people who love music. Music is another way that we can express ourselves. True. And also, just, within the last 20 minutes, you telling us, how... the things that you put together in Richmond that started off with first you believing in yourself, and then letting the world know, hey, who the hell Noah O is, man. So I wanted to get an air horn for that. But I say all that to say this: when I say stuff to myself, because I feel like we believe 100% of what we tell ourselves. And if you say you can't, you won't. I mentioned that before, but if you say you can, you will. Yeah. And it's dope to see that you believe in yourself enough to. When you stepped out to the world went off with a version of who you gave the world, right? And in saying that, you've given, like I said, I mentioned at the top of the show, you donate goods, you put on, as I would say, really events that's coming out of your pocket, to greater put Richmond, Virginia on the map. And I wanted to say, it's kind of, I'm a believer of Jesus Christ first and foremost. And when I heard one of your later, earlier projects, man, the Matthew joint, that jump, I was like, yo, I see, okay. But we'll get to Heretic too, because he's walking on water. At this point, he's walking on water, man. What a goddamn. At this point, no walking on water.
If you listen to what somebody says out their mouth, you could tell what they believe or what, you know what I mean? What they being, I guess, guided by.
Yeah.
That's, that's kind of how I would leave that. Like, if you listen to my music, if you have ears, you'll know what I'm on.
Yeah. So, hey,
it's
look.
Apparent, you feel me?
Perfect segue. Yeah, I told y'all, clear the air for the people, man. I like to put stuff together like that. This was not scripted, by the way. But, yeah, we're going to get to one of your tracks. Like I said, I meant to Matthew. We're going to let that joint rock out real quick. Let's clear the air.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
That's one of my favorite songs, for real, man. Hey, can you hear me right now? Me talking?
Yeah.
It's all good.
Rap if you want.
Nah, I was
born, I never died, I've existed. Somewhere beyond the stars where only our souls visit. We in the richest nation, but it seemed that we the sickest. My homie wrote me, said he feel more freedom in the prison. Damn, it's ironic that they put us in bars, lock us away. But it's God gift, I'm using these bars to plot escape. It's not an accident, dumbing us down with preservatives. Erasing the middle class, feel we don't deserve to live. Divide and conquer, you democratic conservative. Marijuana illegal, but legal to murder kids. The cost of living rising, wages is stagnated. Social media got us distracted, be fascinated. Before I follow fame, follow my imagination. I'm seeing that they hollow when they seeking validation. I had a kid before a cap and gown graduation. Age 10, man, I called my mama from the station. Had me down to court facing cross-examination. Hand-me-downs, getting teased, a young and paper chasing. Selling candy and codes, boosting out of stoves. Big homie let me ride, hitting switches, hitting hoes. Said if we get pulled, tell the police that it's yours. Knowing I get juvie while they send them up the road. About the same time that I started spitting flow, smoking my little green chubs told me I would blow. On earth as in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Praying the kingdom come, know the righteous will live again. I said all my goodbyes, tears fall like rain. I know that nothing ever dies. We go back from where we came. Look. It was NBA live, smoking Vegas, sipping ice house, knocking liquid swords with the lights out. My mama used to tell me I would travel the world, just believe. My father used to tell me get my cheese. Yeshua said if I ask then I will receive. So pretty please, save me from all this evil surrounding me. Here I am fully grown and finally come to grips with everything that I seen, but none of us been equipped. It's generational curses, but I gotta break it though. Life can make you fast, but you gotta take it slow. The everyday struggle, gotta hustle making dough. Trying to keep up the juggle or fall off and go broke. It's like Monopoly. Land in the jail or you pass go, move a lottery tree. Pushing the pills or you bag coke. The mentality, taking risks for a salary. My conscience couldn't bear the effects on my family. Strange fruit, poison the roots of my family tree. Started dying early, now I've been resurrected through me. Why I make it out, why my cousin didn't get to see? I'm here for a reason, was he worthless to me? Is our life already written before we even get to breathe? And cause I get depressed, do that mean I don't believe? On earth is in heaven, why this feel like hell to me? I believe we live forever, so I don't say rest in peace. On earth is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Praying the kingdom come, know the righteous will live again. I said all my goodbyes, tears fall like rain. I know that nothing ever dies. We go back from where we came. On earth is in heaven.
That's like not a track anybody knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. If y'all only heard the conversation we just had, man, that's dope. That's crazy. Yeah, that was Matthew by Noah O and DJ Mentos, man. That's crazy. That's all I can say. That's crazy as hell. That's dope. That's dope.
See, y'all don't have the context the way he's just,
he just gave us a backstory, which is dope, man. And it, like I said, it's a perfect segue on how it lined it up. What you hear something? What?
Like something squeaking.
Maybe the volume on one of the mics.
Your mic. Yeah, I can turn your mic volume down. Try it now. Yeah, I think we're good now. Yeah. No, I be looking at her face. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you smell something? What's going on? But no, that's a perfect segue, dog. So what he was mentioning, because we had the album art playing while we was having a conversation off kilter. But he was saying that sign behind him in the album art is him, the Noah's Ark. It was talking about Noah's Ark, and basically this was the premise of what the album was. And I want you to kind of just get back to what type of headspace you were in, you know what I'm saying, when you put together this track, dog. But
so the album he's referring to, I mean, because him and I could see it on his phone, but I put an album out in 2016 called The Rain, and really the album is like symbolic. My name is Noah. If you know the story of Noah's Ark, it's about the earth flooding, so it involves rain. Mm-hmm. But the album is really like a parable of my life, and also compared to the story, the Bible story, the historical story of Noah, which is there's wickedness. God tells Noah build an ark to prepare for the rain, and that he would save him and his family and the animals. And then nobody believes him at first, and then he builds the ark, and then eventually it starts raining, and God shows him a rainbow, and that's like a promise between God and Noah and mankind. But it ends.
You destroy man again.
Yeah, using water, and then but I compared it to myself with what I was going through, because now in hindsight, like I had went through depression. I was probably depressed from like, man, let me think. It probably lasted from like fall 2012 till like maybe March 2015. At the time I didn't know what it was. I just was like, man, I just don't feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing is making me feel good. I just want no good headspace. But now in hindsight, knowing with the knowledge I have now and the things I've learned, like, I was in depression. So really the album is about me being depressed and then coming up out of that. Yeah, and then the album The Rain is what was a result of me coming up out of that from a dark to a brighter time. You know what I mean?
That's real rap. That's real rap. Hey, it's dope that how you was able to take that time in your life, man, and portray it, and put it into sound. Yeah. And put it in a way we did. You can feel it. And your music is something to ride to, dude. I don't know what your genre is. I think it's boom bap. I feel like it's more of a boom bap hip hop, like you gotta listen to the lyrics, right? And I was riding to you for the past since the damn Charged Up Fest, dog. So you're gonna see that I'm doing homework. I do hella homework.
See, that joint right there, it always be hard for me to, I guess, like, know how to categorize what I do. I just be like, I think it take for somebody who's listening to really categorize it and describe it.
Because that's the essence of hip hop, though. Boom bap. You know what I'm saying? Because you listen to the lyrics, right? And like my homie Charles Heron, we mentioned him off camera. Like, he's a boom bap MC. You know what I'm saying? And it's they storytellers, dog.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's like my lane is you gotta listen to what I'm saying, or I'm I be telling stories. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
And I can make all types of like rap, but like I think that
the true listener, you know what I'm saying, like the one that can appreciate the music is gonna be like, oh, I got to hear what bro talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it could very well be something I can learn from. You feel me? And like everybody got a story, you know what I'm saying? But my brother said it the best. And I've been told throughout this whole week, you know what I'm saying, no one man is an island. So we can all learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can all, you know what I'm saying, grow up with each other as well, man, because we all live in the same existence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but some of us go about it a different way.
Yeah, it's nothing new, like, and that's the incredible thing. Like, if you think about it, like, we're here in 2026. Some of the things that a lot of us or people lean on for, comfort and guidance is timeless, like wisdom, whether it's, from biblical things or ancient Chinese wisdom. Like, it's nothing that people are going through now that somebody else years ago didn't feel. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how they get out of it. Yeah, maybe the technology and the circumstances are different because we're in a modern society, but the primary feelings of like sadness, happiness, anger, you feel me? These are things that humans have wrestled with since the beginning.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like the answers is also there. So like you're saying, like to find something that we could learn from or inspire us or motivate us, it exists somewhere if you being if you open to even listen, right, or look for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And a perfect telling of that, and the influence, the impact that now the world is seeing with hip hop. Yeah, it's crazy to see hip hop on the world stage, whether it be the Super Bowl or the World Cup.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's now for those out there that's watching, listening, and learning. Like, this is where you can make your impact. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who think that, hey, I wanted to be a senator. I wanted to be a lawyer. Like, you can still make the greatest impact where you are working in your gift. Everybody, it's only one LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? It's only one Noah O. And when you can realize that, it's something that only you can do. And it's dope to, for you to put that all together.
Yeah, that's an important point. Like, I've encountered, I'm primarily around and interact with like a lot of creative people. And I've heard, over the time that I've been involved with music, I hear cats like, I've seen cats give up and they'll be like, well, is this happened or this person's doing this? I'm like, that's all irrelevant because there's only one you.
Yeah, right.
That's only an issue if you feel like that person beat you to the punch because you trying to be that person.
There you go.
But if you're not a character, and I know for me, my music, I'm not a character. This is my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's me trying to process and get an understanding of what I'm going through, or maybe motivate the next person. But it's just me processing this human experience and then putting it into the form of lyrics. You know what I mean?
That's dope. No, that's dope. Without a doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, we are with Noah O. We at the Charged Up flagship store. And we're gonna ask you a couple of more questions. But, hey, we can elaborate. Hell, hey, like I like this.
But you was going to say, I know you was about to say something about Heretic, but then we started talking about other stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that towards the end. Yeah. To kind of pin it all together, put a bow on it. But to get back to the Charged Up Fest, like how you started it off, dude, was I would say a love letter to the city, to the people who helped put this thing together, to the people who made an impact in the community. And when I saw it, I was like, damn, this, like seeing it in real life and in real time, it was like, yo, like not only is this dude making an impact in the community, but he's also telling the community, like, look, your deeds are being seen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like giving people their flowers where they can damn smell
because
it, dog.
like, man, we gotta big each other up. We gotta uplift and celebrate each other, right? Like some people haven't gotten no like award ceremony since they was in school.
That's what I said.
You feel me? Like, and what really like, I think what really one part of what made me want to do that is I've been fortunate. If you look around the stores, different awards and things over the last few years, I've been like recognized by different organizations, and I know how it made me feel. Like, okay, wow, like, you put in all this work, you're doing things, and it's maybe not to do it for man's like, recognition or this and that. Like the things we do here at the store, this is gonna be going on regardless. You feel me?
Right.
Whether anybody sees, but if I could use Charged Up and hip hop as a platform to celebrate and recognize others, that's what we're gonna do every year. And it's like, speaking of the fest, that's the like I was saying, this is year 3. We're in a rhythm now. We know how this week is gonna go. We're gonna always start Charged Up Fest the first day.
Yeah, you got a blueprint, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a show. We gonna boom. What's the first thing we gonna do? Boom. We gonna celebrate others. Then we gonna boom. The next day we gonna do a panel. You know what I mean? Panels. Let's talk about things that's impacting the culture and the community. It's like we'll build up, of course, to
the celebration. Yeah. That's dope. Hey, he must got a cheat sheet, y'all. Because the very next question I was gonna ask you, off of impact and connection. What is the single most rewarding moment that you've experienced while doing this work, big dog? And I got my Elliot Wilson going on.
Yeah, I think for real. I mean, I tell people this all the time. Like, what I think about the whole fest and all this is like, really the panels, man. Like the first year we was able to do it, we had shout out to June Jones. We had June Jones, who was a marketing exec with Atlantic. She lives here in Richmond. I think she's still in Richmond, but at the time, like, we did a free panel at the Black History Museum. This is somebody who, during Nipsey's Victory Lap promotion, she was with Nipsey.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Doing interviews. She's taking them to the radio station. She's with Jack Harlow. This is somebody that live here in Richmond. So, like, we had her. We had, shout out to Kasim Peters. I think Kasim, my bad, Kasim, if I mess up your last name, but my guy Kasim is marketing with Dream Chasers. Like, there's somebody who be with me all the time, things like that. Using these panels to really show, and we had Bink too, but to show other artists and people here that, like, sometimes you'll see the discussions online, and I've seen it since I ever first started rapping. People like complain, like, Virginia this, Richmond this, da 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 da. We don't, and it's like, nah. If you really want to get into this music thing, you would know that, you would know who all the key players is. And if you don't, then it's up to you to educate yourself. Like I can't say I want to make it to the NBA and I don't know who Michael Jordan is.
Facts.
You
Facts.
feel me?
Yeah,
Like
really.
that one right there kind of blow me. Was like, bro, you don't want to be in hip hop as your profession. You just want the clout. But if you did, you would know who move and shake and make things happen or made an impact. And they from right in your backyard. They might still live there.
Yeah.
So you chasing the wrong thing where you running after this, but you might have bumped into this person in the grocery store who could change your life.
Yeah,
but you're not paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people ain't hard to find. But like, yeah, so to answer your question, like, that's always gonna be something that's more important to me than just like rapping, because I could rap any day of the week, but to know that I'm doing things and putting things together that wasn't given to me in my journey in hip hop. Like nobody put me in rooms or we put these type of rooms together that I'm putting together for this area.
Big facts.
And then I make it free. So it's like
it's a field of dreams, yo. I keep running to different field of dreams.
We
yo.
making it free, like the primary things, and you know, God willing, like we get funding. The goal is to make everything free, right? Even the concerts. Like if you go to New York, they had these summer stage concerts. These be big concerts, and they be free to the city of New York. You might go to a park, and it's, you know, whoever performed. So like that's my goal, is to get the right partners, whether it's the city, the state, whoever, corporate sponsors, where it's like, nah, y'all spending money anyway. Like, you know, get that money to us. Let us spend it. We're going to put it in the hands of people in this community, and we're going to give, you know, provide an experience that, you know,
bring more revenue to the spot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
that's the name of the game.
You know, change some things instead of just complaining about it. We could really impact and change the things and create the experiences that we don't have currently. You know,
Facts. Right. Yeah. Kind of get that there in Richmond Airport to be hustling and bustling. Just being a pit stop.
You know, one thing that like hit me, like after the first year, and I'm not gonna say their name, but the first year, we had a young lady who had been following me on Instagram, following me on social media, supporting from a distance. She came to the first Charged Up Fest, all the way from New York. She ended up connecting with an artist out here. After the fest was over, for that whole next year, like every few months, she'll like be like, yo, I'm coming back to Richmond. I'm coming back to. She'll come through, cop some stuff from the store. She'll be in Richmond a couple of days, go back to New York. And then finally she was like, yo, you know, I'm thinking about moving to Richmond. I had such a great time, like out there. I'm thinking about buying a crib.
Damn.
And like, you know, either rent it out, but I just like really rock with what y'all doing out there. Later on, you know, as time went on, she ended up, the artist she met, they end up getting married.
Oh, dang. Wow.
You know, and it's like,
wow.
It's, you know, I can't take credit like we connected, but she was here for the fest. It was through Charged Up Fest that
she met her person.
Yeah, and they married now.
Damn.
Like, and you know, it was, she ultimately didn't end up buying the crib, but she was really ready to buy a crib. So it's like when you talk about like what's the impact of what's going on, that's a direct like economic impact, you know, and that's sometimes like I think like Richmond, some of the powers that be of people are slow to kind of see the impact and the power of what hip hop and these spaces that we're creating are having on the region as a whole. You know, I feel like communities like Atlanta get it, New York get it, but Virginia, for whatever reason, like with as much successful people we've had from here, like, you know, I mean, Pharrell's the head of like Louis Vuitton, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how much bigger can you get? Like, I think like sometimes like the people here, like they kind of get it or they kind of halfway get it, but you know, just continue to like keep our foot on the gas. Showing them like, man, this ain't, you know, if you really want this place to be a progressive place and to be a place for the, you know, the future and the next generations, then, you know, we need to have a seat at the table and all of that. You know what I mean?
Right. Bring people here. You know what I'm saying?
It's the impact we already having, but without your help. But it's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, now we're starting to get hella love. Anytime I see artists that's coming down from up top, coming to VA, and I'm like, damn, huh? Right? And it's all through. Later than what the chimes are.
Yeah,
it's all through Charged Up, bro.
They definitely seeing like. The very next week after Charged Up Fest, I was up in New York for a few days, and man, it's people paying attention, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes, like, for people that's in Richmond or Virginia, if you don't leave, you really don't know, you know, how much visibility or impact you're making. But I definitely know, because I go to some of these other places and they be like, man, I didn't know, what was going on out there, or what y'all have going on. But you definitely making it visible, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, man, like, these cats in these other places see it, you know, and that's the most important thing, is like, when we put on is the you know, just really make this place look good, or as dope, you know, as we know it is.
And they show it. I mean, in order to be the man outside, you can be the man at home first. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, damn, y'all doing this over here? Yeah. It was wild to hear when Brady the Butcher came to the Charge Up Fest 3, and he was like, hey, this shit keep getting better and better from what I'm understanding. Damn, I don't know where the hell I was at when the last two came out. But this shit tough. And I ended up, like I said, having my wife, do some recording, and we put it up on the Patreon.
Y'all got him to do.
And
I was in straight work mode.
Yeah, I was at all when bro was like, "Damn, I might have to come back up here, Richmond. I'm gonna have to come back to this spot, man. I love it in here, dog." So yeah, that's dope to hear how it all became full circle, dog. I see Nichole and Bo. You had a question that you wanted to ask?
I sure do.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are with Noah O. This is Clear the Air. Clear the Air is Charged Up, episode 54. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah.
So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what is the most meaningful thing that someone has done for you to help you along the way, like with your career and starting your flagship shop?
All right, yeah. Tongue twister. Hold on.
Man, I mean,
How are you?
there's not, like, you know, there's so many people, right? There's not one man, like, thing. There's so many people that have helped me. Like, I can't even begin to think. Like, there's so many people who, you know, have played a part in some way or another. Like, you know, friends who, when I felt like quitting, you know, kept me going. Even this store, like you said, like, specifically to the store, I got shout out my guy, Il Bellicose. He is the CEO of Contra Records. He also owns the RVA Boombox. So, like, him and I became friends during the pandemic. And yeah, I remember, like, it kind of all happened at once, but I was selling a lot of my merch and online, and then, like, one day he was like, what if I get a building? Because he's also into, like, real estate. He was like, what if I get a building and we put a venue, but it has a storefront, you open your store? And that was something I've always wanted, was like, again, like, I'm gonna have a store one day. I didn't know if I was ready. And we started looking, you know, he had an original building over North Side, but it ain't work out. So then once he, like, got me, like, okay, dang, we gonna really do this. So, like, I had a commercial real estate agency that the CEO is a fan of mine. He was like, I'll give you one of my agents to help you find a commercial real estate spot. So, like, one day I was driving, you know, they were sending me addresses. I was like, nah, that ain't it. One day I was driving past here, and this store was empty, and it didn't even have a sign on it. It just had been empty. This one was empty, and not the one next door, but the one on the other side of that was empty. So then I like wrote down the address, but I knew as soon as I seen it, I was like, this is my spot. This is where my store is gonna be. So I called him. I was like, yo, like, see if you could find out who owns it or who's managing it. And then we came to them like, we'll get this one, and then we'll get the other unit. And my man was gonna put like a podcast studio to do interviews.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And he wanted to have it right on Broad, so when people walking past, they'll be seeing, like, exactly what we're doing now. Like, stop, look. But that spot wasn't big enough, but he helped me build the shop. Like, he has like contracting knowledge. Like, he has people who could do each step from painting to this, and that. So I drew up, like, the design of what I wanted it to look like, and then he helped me bring it to life. So he's definitely somebody I got to shout out. And again, like, of course, my manager, my partner Chubbs, like, it's so many people on the team that play a part, you feel me? So, I mean, yeah, it's so many people, even from people at the city of Richmond who help, like, us pull it off the first year to venue owners around here who take it, you know, like when I didn't have that much experience throwing events, trusting me and let me use their venues. So like, yeah, it's been a lot of people, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Put the people on the way, man. That's that's
So,
huge impact.
Speaking of venues, how are you able to secure these venues and stuff that you use for like the different events that you throw for the Charge Up Fest? Like, is it just off of the relationship that you have built with these people that own the spot or whatever, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna throw this event and people gonna come.
Yeah,
so then they get all the money from people buying drinks or whatever, and then they good with that, or
I mean,
do they charge you or something?
There's really no like standard agreement, right? Like, cause you got some venues where it's like you got to pay them a flat fee. Some are like, I'll let you get it, and then boom, let's negotiate a percentage off of like every ticket. So like we basically, to answer your question, I have different agreements in place with the different venues.
Makes
but
sense. Yeah, makes sense.
through it wasn't like that originally. Originally, like, man, I was trying to throw events, and I remember the first event I ever threw, I had to rent the spot outright. I had to pay them, and that's it. And then we just had to have our own door person, whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah.
But I learned from that, like, okay, that's at the end of the night, I seen how much I made, like how it went, and like, okay, that ain't a good agreement. Let's, let me figure out like another way. So then I started hanging around and going to like rock shows and different genres of shows.
Okay.
And that like really opened my mind of seeing how just the vibe was different. Like, cause before then, like, here in 2026, like y'all are witnessing like the last 15 years of work of what I, along with other artists.
Clear the air. Come on, clear them up.
We put in work to like cultivate the scene to get it to this point. Like to get it to the point where we can get these big venues. You know what I mean?
Not
like,
overnight.
But that took like, again, I was hanging around looking at these other genres, seeing how their events went. Cause before that, we wasn't able to get these types of venues. It would be like some nightclub, and especially because you are artist and you rap, they treating you like crap. Like, oh, you want to use it? Give me $10,000. Just throwing numbers out there to just get you, like,
shoo you away.
Yeah, bro. And once I seen how the agreements and how these things were done with other genres, that's when I was like, okay, these are the type of venues I need to rock with, and figuring this out. And then I started even being at them events, seeing how like rock bands was selling koozies, T-shirts, matchbooks, they CDs at the time. Like, this was at a time in hip hop, especially like independently in Virginia, like rappers weren't doing that. They just was putting their music on like mixtape sites for free. So it's like, unless you pop in and get a deal, like you're not able to monetize your own thing in no way.
Right.
And then that's when I was like, nah, bro, like I gotta that getting a deal shit or hoping somebody comes along and breaks me off some money, like that's too many things is left up to chance. Right. Like what could I do with what I have to, get a return or monetize what I'm doing? That's when I totally shifted how I was moving. Like, nah, bro, like we gonna press up our own albums. We gonna press up our own shirts. And if people, really is rocking with us, they're gonna support. And if they don't, then they not real supporters.
Facts.
And we can't, I'm not gonna get online and rant about fake love and no support. I'm just gonna take note of who is supported and find more people like them.
That's it.
You know what I mean? If only, and I remember I put out my album Monument Avenue in 2014, and I was like, I pressed up 1,000 of them. So, and it was a CD, DVD. And again, at the time, like all artists is just putting their stuff on like live mixtapes, this and that, free.
Yeah.
So you're not getting nothing.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna put this project out, and I'm not gonna put it on the mixtape sites. And then some people was like, bro, that's crazy. Like, why you doing that? That's the old way. I was like, nah, this the independent way. I just went to a rock show and they were selling CDs. I just went there and people was buying matchbooks, bro. Like, you're not gonna tell me this can't work in this way. You know what I mean?
And people love authentic shit, and they love shit that's supply and demand too.
Yeah, bro.
You know that's just like, for instance, like, not to bring up video games and shit, but like Grand Theft Auto. Like, the physical copy
Mhm.
is a code.
Yeah.
It's not even a disc this
Right.
time. So
Mhm.
it's like for people that want to buy it for like the
Aesthetic.
memorabilia type thing.
Yeah,
like,
memorabilia or collectible.
you can't get it.
Yeah.
So like you got people that collect stuff. So
Yeah,
you're taking that
exactly.
option away from them.
Yeah, and it's more, and you see what's crazy was like over the last years, like I would see it all the time. Like is people who get it and people who don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that don't, they would be like, I don't get this, bro. Like, why are you selling this, and that? And it's like, bro, I wouldn't even explain to them. It ain't because they not really asking because they want to understand. They really like trying to throw shots. Like, yeah, bro, you over there selling CDs? Okay, bro, whatever.
Yeah,
like, I'm not
you
even
don't see the
focused
vision.
on
Right, yeah.
But now,
People buying them though.
exactly.
What art you got out there that people are buying?
And
None.
you
So
have
shut
to.
up.
And now you seeing it where now all these people that get online and offer advice, all these people that was in the music industry, they're all coming around and kind of validating what a lot of people that's been independent and underground have been doing.
Right.
Oh, if you ain't monetizing something, you're doing it wrong. You seeing it now. The record industry is pressing up vinyl for the biggest people. Like
Yeah.
this is something that cats that were underground or are underground been doing because it's really the only way we can do it. I
Right.
can't compete with, this person got signed to Atlantic Records and as soon as they album drop, they got such a marketing budget where they're gonna make sure it get a lot of streams or
Yeah.
even buy the streams.
Of
You
course,
feel me?
yeah.
Whatever they got to do to give off the appearance that they winning. But now you seen it. Jay-Z, he just did a pop-up. That's the
Yeah.
main thing I just got online. What is he doing? He's doing a pop-up.
Yep.
Selling what?
Grassroots
Selling
shit.
merch.
Yeah.
Selling vinyl.
Grassroots shit. Yeah.
This is
He
what,
got vinyls for every album.
yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Right.
You know how many, and I be telling cats that, like, and I'm the type person, maybe, I'm not gonna say maybe I should do something different because I am the way I am, but I'll say this. I'm not the type of person that gets online to prove if what I'm doing is successful.
Right. You don't need no validation. Right.
But I would tell people this store is not here because I'm just independently wealthy.
Right.
You could do the math. If we press 500 vinyls and they $40 a piece, you know what I mean?
Fact.
Obviously, there ain't no back room with boxes and stuff just still sitting here.
Right.
Like, nah.
We moving it.
Yeah, we hustling,
hey.
man. We hustle. That's what we do over here. And we gonna move this product.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it sells itself. Hey, the dope sellers goddamn self.
You gotta grind, but like,
I'm here looking around shopping like he said, that was this.
now you
Okay.
got to, man. Because I would say this to any artist out there, at the time that I kind of shifted into this mindset, like it was hard to, because I did want, hope, wish, pray that somebody was gonna come along and just like make it better and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bless it. Yeah.
But what, shout out my guy, Rick, Dream for Purpose, Ricky Parker. He was like, I was at a crossroads around the time I made the album The Rain. He was like, bruh, like this is the crossroads. Either you gonna do it and go, or this is why I had to tell myself, I gotta throw in the towel. And it's like, how much belief do you have in yourself if you don't invest in yourself?
Come on.
Then if you don't invest in yourself, you won't invest in yourself and expect somebody else to. So
Right.
you're not willing to take the risk, but you want somebody else to take the risk
Right.
financially. Then you gotta sell it. Like this is not, I won't sugarcoat anything and tell people like, the way we doing stuff is easy, but it's the way that I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
Until you get that more information. You know what I'm saying? And it's levels to
otherwise,
it.
it's not gonna keep moving. But this, and we're gonna keep pushing. But that's how everything in here. That's and I've had to teach that to other artists. When they ask a question like, "How's this?" Like, bro, because we grind.
Yeah,
You know what
free
I mean?
game. Hey, free game, yo.
Grind, yo.
Yeah, hell yeah. So somebody out here, like I said, that watch, listen, and learn. Just from that free game you're giving, because somebody that's probably it's a thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You probably got somebody that's in year 7 that's like, you know what, fuck this shit. I can't do it, right? And you tell them, hey, it took 50, y'all seeing the 15 years of work prior to it being 2026, dog.
My first project was Miami Avenue 2014. So that's, 12 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dog.
12 years. The Rain came out 2016. So it's definitely like they say, it's a marathon. It's not something overnight.
Yeah. So I wanted to, get to, and I appreciate how you killing these questions, dog. By the way, we ain't stumped you yet. As far as gratitude and teamwork goes, the question I'm going to ask is community work. But that loud joint go through. Community work is rarely a solo effort. Who else shares in this recognition with you? So who else can you share this recognition with you as far as your community impact? And I know you mentioned a lot of people. But if you could further imply that who's helped you, if you could pick one, I guess, or two.
Just like in general?
Yeah, it's just general. Or just, I mean, along the way of, from where you were to where you are now, right? I'm sure you got in bigger rooms. You shedded a couple of other people, but what's the one that?
That was my homeboy Chubbs, man. My brother Chubbs. Like Chubbs is, we've been friends since I moved here from California when I was in middle school. He moved here from New York. We've been friends ever since we've been 14. Like no matter what, no matter what I wanted to hop into, like he was gonna ride with me regardless. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's charged up. Once I remember he had moved away to Jacksonville, and we dropped the mixtape. And it had the Charged Up logo, and he called me from Jacksonville. Was like, man, I'm over here. I'm doing X, Y, and Z, man. Getting into the X, Y, and Z. He was like, I'm just proud of you. I'm ready to come home and put this on my back too. And he's done that throughout our childhood, throughout the years. We had the first Charged Up studio. I primarily put that on my back. Then, I had to back out of it, and then he went and he put up and did the second Charged Up studio. We had that for about 10 years, right on Broad Street, and that was like a big time period for us. I recorded my whole Monument Avenue album there. But yeah, definitely my brother Chubbs, man. It's times that I ain't have it, and he'll put up like whatever to keep the movement going, keep it growing, keep it visible. So it's definitely my brother for life. My brother, Mr. Middle Finger, that's another dude. He been part of Charged Up since the beginning, since we was kids, like all night out here putting up posters, flyers, whatever we need to do. You know what I mean?
Charged Up street team. Hell yeah, bro. We gotta have one.
That's how we started for real. Like I started off with him. Shout out my guy Slim Sleeves too. Wherever you at, Slim. Hope you all right, bro. Get at me, but. Yeah, we started off under Say with street rap. For those may know who Big Say was. Say found a Yellow House, but he was a guy from New York who had he had like the street team accounts from the record labels, and when we was kids he started letting us like tag along and like taught us how to market ourselves.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope, no doubt. So. I didn't know how long this goddamn applause was. So to move the show along, I wanted to kind of tie in the meaning behind the logos. So I know for those of y'all who don't know, this is the city of Richmond. We had a baseball team out here, and they've evolved to something else. But the coolest thing I saw when I first got in here was how you were flipping the logos. Oh yeah. And when I saw the Richmond Brave jump and I saw the Charged Up, I was like, how the hell? What? And to see you flip the logo, and I know that's a controversy behind one of the logos. We're not gonna get to it just yet, but seeing you flip the Richmond Brave logo, and then because it was one of the identities, or is one of the identities still. People at RVA having a diamond out here, and you had an album come out titled Richmond Brave, and I wanted to get to a track. This track is featuring one of the guys who I see and I hear on a lot of your music, and I guess he's got to be somebody you grew up with. But this is Big No and Noah O, y'all, and the track is called Hello from the Richmond Brave, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that joint rock out real quick.
You can turn the mic off if you want. You can turn it down. Is it me you're looking for?
Yo, 7th grade, I touched down in Dallas. I was a Bay boy. I ain't had no clue about what VA was. Moved to Henrico off of Brook Road. I ain't had no coat for the cold. Being poor stung deep in my soul. Back when food stamps was paper. Free lunch, stealing miles for Food Lion. Got my dick sucked by my neighbor. Met GP, had hoop dreams. Then I got to it. I was cut from the team. Said, fuck it, I'm doing music. Rage from inside me. They was playing, I was rising. Made it to the front page off the blaze that I was writing. Put the city on TV. Big No was there beside me. Independent, self-made. That's the way that we designed it. Took loss after loss. Make struggle look like a cakewalk. Move wrong, get cooked like a bake-off. My name mean rest, but I don't never take a day off. Living proof of hard work, finally starting to pay off. You wanna know about me? Shit. I hope I answered all y'all questions, man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Look who in the background. I know y'all surprised, but this shit ain't come out the blue, man. Big No. Talk to him.
This nigga know me when niggas used to beat on the table. Mama used to beat the deuce for the cable. Get smacked if you say something. I ain't used to trap you to taste something. The mail daddy on fourth, why? Cause he stay bum. Daryl was that nigga, now he hit cause they laced him. I told the truth, tell them niggas go hate something. Whoever got a problem, tell them niggas come slay something. Bitch, this a life and times of Jason. What you know about 32, some lives is scared pay. He made me a monster, gave me tone and went bonkers. Yeah, we used to listen to yowls. First of all, for them flowers, flighting all of them hours. Chopper in the trunk of the Civic. I ain't know what I know now. Fucking little cousin was with it. Running through the hole like I'm in it. Bitch, some niggas know, they just won't admit it. Motherfucker. Yeah, I was in this main video, man. That shit went top 10 on MTV for 2 weeks. I've been there from the beginning. He been there from the beginning. You know what I mean? We really come from something. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas made of.
Ladies and gentlemen, that track was called Hello from the Richmond Brave. This is Noah O featuring Big No, y'all. And all I gotta ask is,
Can I please have more, sir?
yes, indeed. Let's clear the motherfucking air, man.
So we listened to 2 songs off of 2 different tracks, right? I mean, 2 different albums.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what is your favorite album that you have made?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one.
Damn,
I really don't. I know that's such a cop out. I say my new one. Heritage.
There you go. Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly though, yeah,
Out now.
I don't have a favorite like where I prefer one more than the others because like when I listen to stuff like it's like a time capsule, you know, and it takes me back to like what I was experiencing at that point of my life, who was around, you know, like. I got people that's no longer here, you know, living on this earth. So like, each one is like special in its own way. I'll say, but definitely like you know my first album, Monument Avenue, was a big, you know, turning point in my life. But then, like The Rain, you know, we talked about the album The Rain. That was a special album to me. But then, of course, like Richmond Brave 1, Richmond Brave 2, Dirty Rice, and the Lost Suspects albums. Like each of them is like is definitely like has significance for that time, you know.
Like kids, you can't pick them.
Yeah, and I drop a lot of music too. Like, I've dropped a lot of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Probably got like over 20 projects. Like if you look, yeah.
Damn.
So,
crazy.
Do you have a favorite track or song, whether it's a song off of like one of your albums or a song that you was just a feature on?
Man, I think like right now, off my new project, it's a song called Azalea. I really, you know, like it's certain songs when I like hear them, it's like it takes me back to what I was, you know, feeling at that time, like what I was going through. Is that track Matthew is definitely one of those tracks. Like that one has a lot of like, you know, these are
Art
like
and-
hard, like, or maybe it was
I got
like
good ear. I told you I had to clear that. I told you.
yeah, I couldn't maybe necessarily like I'm saying things in there that maybe it took me a long time to even figure out how to put into words, you know, and like express those thoughts. So like that, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that man, I probably have to go through like album by album, but it's definitely a lot of those type tracks. Like and there are people like that listen to my music say like my album Monument Avenue probably one of my best ones, and that means a lot because it's like my first. So it's like I feel like I've gotten a lot better, you know, just as an artist overall. But I know that project I really took my time with. Yeah, so it's a lot, man.
For sure. To one off that, you said you got damn near like 20 albums.
Yeah.
As an artist, I always wondered, can you remember all the motherfucking songs?
Like not all the time, but like once, like, and I remember hearing somebody's talking about like Jay-Z before about how like it's like your brain could only like hold up to like 30 songs at any given time. So it's like if I'm gonna perform, like it's even now, like if I record a song, a lot of times like it's just something that was on the spot. So it's like I might record a song and I've done so many features and different things that I don't even, somebody will play something for me and I'll be like, man, I made that. Yeah, what is that? You know, especially if it's a feature and I'll be like, dang, I don't even remember it. You know what I mean? But yeah, at any given time, you probably, I'll say like only gonna remember like whatever you really focused on. You know what I mean? It's just so much, only so much the brain can store, you know? But definitely if like, I know I gotta perform it, like I might listen to it over and over for that specific show.
That shit is true as a bitch though, because if you think about it, it's songs that you may have came out like years ago, and at that time, like you knew that song word for word. You wouldn't miss a beat. But then you go back and listen to it 5-10 years later, and it's like, damn.
Yeah,
I thought I knew the words.
You go to a party and the song comes on, you like, man, I know this. And then, you know, if you went back and probably for that week start playing it again, you're going to be back in the rhythm of knowing it by heart. But
yeah, I'm old now. I turn on the karaoke joint real quick and be reading the words like, I got it right, I got it wrong.
That'd be funny too, because sometimes you be like, you be looking at the words, looking at the karaoke, like, damn, I thought it said this, but it was that.
Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Noah O, and Clear the Air is charged up. Yeah. And I wanted to ask you a couple of like little one-off questions, but this one gets everybody that I ask. And I know you are, you know, a brand guy. You like to, you know, put your logos out there and whatnot.
Hold on, before you ask that question, because I have a feeling I know what you're about to ask.
Probably.
Because this is right on the questions that we have been asking.
Okay.
So let me ask this question real quick.
All right, we're going to hold mine and bookmark that.
What was you just came back from tour for your Heretic album. What was your favorite stop along the way of your tour?
I see what you did there.
Probably like...
And I forgot to put a camera on myself.
Man, all of them was dope. But I'll say like, all right, the last show we did in Munich, Germany. I'm cool with a rapper over there in Germany. So this was my second time going. He's from Munich. So like when we did the last show, I was able to bring him on stage. We performed together. And then like real quick, crazy story. But like I took my sons, my youngest son turned 13 while we was over there. So like we had a show. It's on that shirt. We had a show. The first show we did was in Paris. So like right before we flew into Amsterdam, I got some family over there. So like we was in Amsterdam for a few days. I bought my son a skateboard for his birthday. Then we go to Paris, and he just got the skateboard. I'm talking about he probably had it 48 hours or less, and it got stolen.
What?
Yeah, and he really skateboard. Like he's really good.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, this kid's good.
Look, we got a whole video we should put up.
Oh yeah, we do that.
Of
yeah,
him skateboarding.
Sure. So boom, I'm in Paris. I get back to Amsterdam. I tell my homeboy. So I called my homie and I'm like telling him the story. The dude in Germany, he was like, "Look," he said, I told him, you know, it got stolen. He's like, man, that's crazy. And what's even crazier is like the first time I went to Europe, him and I went to Paris and something crazy happened. Like he just had an overall not too good of an experience in Paris. And he always be like, Yeah, man, that's why we gonna take care of you in Germany, cause French people, this, and that. Just joking around, you know what I mean? So then boom, he was like, so then he hit me up like the next day and he was like, yo, I looked in your Instagram story. I seen like I seen what the skateboard looked like. So this man went and bought the same exact skateboard. Wow. He ordered it. He said, look, when you get here to Munich for the show, I'm going to surprise your son and give him the skateboard.
My man said Germany. He ain't say up the street.
Yeah. But you know, so we bought it when we was overseas anyway.
Yeah.
So then boom, the last show, him and I performed the song. I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to perform the song. I'm going to call my sons to the stage in front of all the people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we're going to surprise them on stage with the skate.
That's crazy.
So then he told the story of how it got stolen, but he said it in German. So the crowd knew what he was saying, but my son didn't. So he's like, telling the story. And he reached behind the DJ booth. And then it's a box. He get to my son. My son pull it out. I was like,
oh shit, that's crazy. That's dope.
He ain't let that thing out the car after that.
Yeah, and he got in there. I was with him yesterday. He was skateboarding, but like, you know, I know that's like something I'ma always remember. And I know for him, like, you know, he could be a grown man. He probably he's gonna remember this moment. You know what I mean? Like, dang, my dad took me to Europe. Mm-hmm. He was on tour in Europe. I got this, you know, and then you got to be out of school for like a month. So like, I think, that I feel when I look back on the whole thing, you know, even performing, being in front of a lot of people, being there with some, you know, a hip hop legend, I think like that's one of the things that probably mean the most to me is that I was able to provide that moment for my son. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope as hell, dog. So to piggyback off of that, I wanted to ask, so you do a lot of traveling, right? Which is dope. That's how you get to gain the visibility for those y'all out there. We had to clear the air. But to piggyback off of that question, I wanted to ask you, if you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
Anything?
Anything.
I mean, dang. I mean, is it gonna be selfish to just promote? I mean, I don't know. It's like, dang, it's like anything, like get some kind of message.
Billboard. Well, half is a promotion and half is something else.
Man, I mean, of course, my first thought is like promote whatever it is I'm working on at the moment. You know, promote brand.
That's the word of a businessman, y'all. Like I'm trying to tell y'all. No, that's what I wanted. I wanted to have that be a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Because,
but you know, if I'm gonna think like on a deeper level, like probably has some profound statement and still have a QR code that will take them to the music, but you know, something that'll grab people's attention. Because as soon as you ask that, you know, of course, like when you think of a billboard, you think of like Times Square, like that get the most traffic on planet Earth, probably. Like, yeah, it would have to something that would grab people's attention instead of just because I think like when people in Times Square, they see so much like product or. You know what I mean? That it just gets blurred. But I think if it was something that was just like
stand out,
some kind of statement, a message that would get people attention and get them curious more than anything.
Or
you know
just
I mean?
be that form of coffee beans. You just smell it just to get a sense of perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they're stuck in a room full of distraction or a place full of distractions. Like, oh damn, maybe I need to be reminded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I think that would have much more of a bigger impact than versus like go listen, buy this or listen to
QR code,
this.
see to the message and then to the album. You feel me?
Yeah. It would be something that. That's what I would do more than anything. Yeah, it wouldn't just be like album cover or something. It would definitely be some kind of message,
inspirational or something.
Yeah, and I probably do what I do and put the, you know, if I have a message, it have my logo as the C, like if it say, you know what I mean, like that way I can sneak it in there.
Low key, be like, why that C look like that?
Exactly.
And then have the QR code or whatever to send you to
some type of message that it would cause people to stop and take a picture of it, and then they would go down the rabbit hole. So
okay, yeah, I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're with Noah O, and Clear the Air is charged up. And I wanted to ask you, a more of a music related question. I know we've been prepping your question. We're gonna try to, cut them down to a minimum. But if I could ask you a question with music, I just had it to. What kind of sounds do you like to work with? When you're picking a beat, is it usually you'll have something written out, you got to find something to match it with?
Oh no, I always write to the beat.
Okay.
I don't have any like raps just written. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm the type, like the music is gonna dictate how I rap.
Fact.
Only time that I have a rap that's written that is like every once in a while I'll write these raps that are specifically to go on a platform where I got to freestyle and spit. You know what I'm saying? So I might have like some 5-minute long rap and that it could go over, any beat in that same tempo. But besides that, I like to listen to, whatever beats the producer have. And normally the way it works is like, they'll play me beats and then it's just like something unsaid. It is like some will just speak to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And inspire you, or maybe, I don't even know it. Like I got something on my mind and it need to be, something maybe like last couple of weeks I've been dealing with some different life stuff. So it's like, even though I haven't really sat down and wrote to try to get these thoughts out, they there.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going to hear the right beat and then it's all going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, all connect. Yeah,
it's all going to connect. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I'd like to hear that. Somebody I asked was, how do you, as I lost my damn train of thought again, because I saw a text message Nichole and the boys, it just threw me all the way off. I'll switch that question. How can
somebody playing some music?
Yeah, I think it's outside.
Oh, outside.
Yeah. How would you define success in, let's say, the music side of things at this current juncture?
Man, this is something that I think in my whole life has to constantly be reassessed and reevaluated. You know what I mean? But I'll say in this present moment, what is success right now? Man, that's a good question.
I mean, is it the recognition? So look, when I first met you and I came in here, I was like, that's a dude from the goddamn Sway freestyle. He in Richmond?
Yeah.
He's got to be visiting. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right. And so to me, it'd be like the recognition, right? For someone that's in the I'm 20 minutes up the road, dog.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you existed here until I was brought into a world of the underground rap scene and culture, right? And I mean, dude was just speaking big words at you, and I was like, huh? In Virginia. In Richmond? Can't be. And then I ended up seeing you. I said, let me go ahead and Google him real quick. The first thing I saw was the Sway Universe joint. I was like, ain't no way. Instant follow. Wow.
Nah, thank you.
And then seeing the bigger impact, I'm like, dude got his own storefront. And when I ultimately was like, hey, we met up with Jay the Jeweler and Urban Jim, shout out to Urban Jim.
Yeah, shout out Jay, man.
To the sneakers and speakers here. And I'm sitting here at all like, yo, this is dope. And it's all home teams.
Yeah.
And I ended up linking with some artists and the podcast took off from there, dog. So I mean, this part here been a catalyst,
stuff like that. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Like, that to me is like what you just stated is like the goal, right? To make people aware of what we're building, so that they can see this really is. It's a community. We're independent. It's infrastructure we're having to build. It's infrastructure we're building where like, you got artists, producers, brands, everything is part of an ecosystem and helps one another. So like, that's definitely like, I'll say that's more of a goal or like part of the mission, but I'm trying to think of like what success for me is able to do, what I choose to do on my terms. That first and foremost, like not at this point in my life, like not doing something because I have to or somebody's making me. Right. But also, the stressful part is like, success is also financial, right? Like this, right. It costs money to do this, So it's like the more you have to do this at a high level, the more it requires and the more time it takes. So that I say like that becomes increasingly hard to do.
Just trying to find that work-life balance, especially when it comes with time.
Yeah, it's a blessing and it's a dream to be able, every artist I know of all types, not just rap, but like even people I know that are painters, like that's always the stress point, right? Success, it at some point it bleeds over into like being able to monetize it or how lucrative it is, because that's what creates the stress, not being able to have the finances. But I'll say more, not even taking money out the equation. Just doing what I love on my terms and being able to do it, at a high level. That feels like success.
I like that. Nichole and the boys, you want to ask a question? I think we'll give maybe 2 or 3 more questions before we wrap it up, man.
Right.
And like I said, first and foremost, dog, before we even stop, I want to give you a round of applause one more time, man, for taking this time out to invest in us. You don't know how big of an impact that you are making for us, but also that that I can say full circle. To me, to see the fruits of my labor, right? When everybody else couldn't see it, it was more, nigga, you delusional. You had people in my corner like my wife Nichole and the boy, shout out her, that was like, yeah, I think you should. What I'm
that's
saying?
incredible. Like you saying, like y'all are a married couple. Y'all both here working together. That's that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, for
real.
sure.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, dog, for real. And to see it all come together. Yeah, it's like, damn, maybe I am. What I'm saying, not only making an impact when I was doing the firefighter thing, but now making an impact really to the dreamers.
Yeah,
what I'm saying, the people that just believing in themselves. That's putting in the hard work the day in and day out, and it's like, hey, it's no end in sight. But I love doing this shit every time I get a chance to do it.
That's dope, and this is important. Like, going back to what I was saying, and like it's a whole ecosystem, right? Like us as artists, we need platforms like this. We need people that care enough to take their time and you helping amplify what we're doing and tell our story and helping it reach new people. You feel me? So it's like it's so important. You feel me? Like I know sometimes artists like they just want to be already at a certain level or only do certain platforms, and it's like, bro, it's like this. It all matters.
Yeah, you gotta climb the ladder.
It all matters. Like, tomorrow is like, say tomorrow I wake up and like, Jesus and Mero or somebody wants to talk to me. I'm not gonna talk to nobody else.
Right.
What are you doing between then? You just gonna keep sharing that. Now that interview's 10 months old. You feel me? Like,
Exactly.
like that's dope. But at the end of the day,
what have
like,
you done lately?
That phrase, I remember being a kid watching TV and you'll see like, I performed The Wizard of Oz in 8th grade. What have you done lately? Like, I always think about stuff like that because, like, bro,
perfect example.
You got to keep balling, bro. Nobody want to hear about how you won the high school AAU championship when you were 17.
Ain't done nothing
but
since
you
high
ain't picked
school.
up a ball since. But you want to go to the league.
Hey, Carell,
you better,
we coming for you,
bro. You better go ball in Turkey or go ball it down at the American Family. Do something.
Facts. And it's a perfect example. My twin brother, this dude, he was a great high school athlete. He would tell everybody, hey, man, I ran a 4.240, yada, yada, yada. He would say that every year after the year he did it, right? End up not doing nothing else. Hey, dog, all the while, he would pick on me, hey, man, you fat, this, that, and the third. It took me maybe 3 years to get to the best shape of my life, dog.
And you raced him.
Smoked his ass.
Smoked him, dog, to the point where I knew I got him beat because you can the universal athlete. I'm tired as fuck. I lost sign is when they do this shit right here. They put their hands on their head. It's a rap, and they breathing hard and shit.
Nah, but it's important. Like that's why I'll say this. I remember like the first time I really like got on a bigger platform. It was like 2012. And before my album Monument Avenue, I was just dropping mixtapes on the free mixtape sites, giving out mixtapes. I had a song from one of my mixtapes that we shot a video. The video got on MTV. I was in rotation. Shout out Streets Deep, J Nero, shout out Rest in Peace Cream, and shout out Marseille. But yeah, bro, like that would be you know, especially at that time, like it was Twitter and Facebook, but Instagram won't like it is now.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I really had a video, you know, it was in rotation, like it felt like a year.
That's crazy.
Like I was meeting with labels, like, and you know, at first, of course, it's cool, right? It's exciting. And then I started to feel this pressure, like, oh, bro, I gotta keep working. I don't want a year from now, every time somebody see me, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I almost didn't want to hear about it no more.
Yeah.
And because it's like, this can't be the
end all be all
of my whole rap
plateau.
shit.
Yeah.
I gotta keep going. Like
You gotta
know,
one up it.
Yeah, and then I started to feel that pressure. But then I had to realize, like, you know, and this is again before I got depressed and stuff, but I started like reading. I remember I was like reading books, like thinking about therapy and stuff. I found this therapist and I started watching his videos, but he literally was like a dude, and I can't even find his videos no more, but he was a therapist and he dealt with a lot of artists, like a lot of musicians or a lot of creative and successful people. And he was talking about that time period, right? Like they had these peaks. And like he found a lot of success, like helping them navigate through that. And he was like, you know, basically like you're gonna have that, right? But if you stop, all you're gonna have is the peak, then the dip. And a lot of times in the dip is when people tap out.
Yeah.
They get so much in their head, you know, I can't never one up that or da-da-da. But he basically was like, what you need to do is keep moving, and eventually you're gonna have another spike. And you're gonna have dips, but that's just the nature of life. But what'll happen over time, like these peaks, nobody really remembers the dips as much as you do unless you quit during that time. And just like give up on yourself. But what happens is those peaks, those moments, that becomes your resume. You know, when people look back, it's like, now I could look back and say that, okay, bro, boom, this time I was this time I was able, you know what I mean? And that's where like things like your legacy and that pattern and consistency comes into play. And I see it a lot with artists, they get stuck, bro. And it's like, then you'll see it where cats like, you gotta keep working and you can't be too cute to keep working and promote yourself, because otherwise what? You gonna have 2 pictures on your Instagram for your life?
Yeah.
But it gets, I know what it is though, cats be getting stuck. And that's why I just like, you know, when I even see somebody like Drake who's hella successful, like, man, you gotta just let this shit fly, bro.
Yeah. You gotta take the L's with the L's, but the L's are lessons, not losses.
Just let it go, because like you said, bro, like we on this earth for a finite amount of time.
Fact.
And once I really like, not that I didn't realize that I've experienced a lot of like loss in my life. Like that's always been like something that would be on my mind, but like I realized like
you hit a sense of epiphany.
You got to leave everything on the field, bro.
Yeah.
Like we can't. What you gonna do? And like one thing that used to like would be on my mind is like, I don't want to be one of them dudes and something happened and then what, your family find your hard drive and you got the most immaculate, incredible albums that you never dropped.
Look, dude,
and your family trying to figure out how to put out your music and your vision. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah. No, I was listening
to my kids ain't gonna have to worry about that because I'm dropping all this. It's all coming out. It might be some scraps that they could piece together and make some fake album. But nah, bro, we
the legacy,
we dropping 1,000 albums.
No, hey, no, hell yeah. No, to piggyback off of that, I listen to a lot of self-help stuff or motivation. And one of the motivational speakers that I had listened to named Les Brown.
Yeah, I know Les Brown.
And he was saying something along the lines, it's like, you know, when you're in your deathbed, don't let all your dreams be over top of you, mad at you that you couldn't do it.
Are you listening to? I got, you know what's crazy on that album right there? It's a little sample piece in Les Brown.
That's crazy, dog. See, we're on the same wavelength, bro. Not for real.
Yo, you ever heard this dude Wayne Dyer?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yep.
Man, this dude, man, I wish I could have met this dude while he was alive, but I discovered his like books and stuff a few years ago. But he, you know, one thing I heard him say, and he didn't invent it, and I watched one of his talks, and he states like who he heard the phrase from, but one of the phrases that John really is like true is like, don't die with your music still inside you.
Facts. Yeah. Right.
Like, you know, and I'm a firm believer in God, and that God gives us, like, you know,
these gifts.
Why he don't give us these gifts to take with us is for us to like live a life of purpose and you know use these gifts to one glorify God, but also you know be able to make an impact while we're here.
Right.
You know, and for a while, even though I've always rapped, I didn't know like, all right, well, what's my purpose, this and that. But I know that my purpose is intertwined within the context of hip hop.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe my purpose might not be like to just rap,
right?
But it's intertwined,
weaved in there somewhere, shape or form or fashion.
Exactly.
Where it's like
within this realm and this space that I'm in, this world I've been placed in is where I can do the most good while I'm here. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I like that. No, shit. Great answer.
And, you know, I think sometimes people that believe in God, I've seen people wrestle with this where it's like, well, you know, if they believe in God, they gotta like be a certain way, and it's like, nah, bro. It's like Steph Curry or no, you do what you're good at. You do what you great at. But it's like what you doing it for.
Right.
Or what you do what come along with it.
Yeah.
Can you still get everything that comes along with it and hold on to like what's important? You feel me? And that's the struggle.
And more accomplished. Yeah.
Exactly. And that, you know, for me, like I've been around hip hop since I've been a kid, like in clubs, in this. So like I don't really be like too much phased off of like meeting people.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, this not because what means anything if like this don't take me out, and it does do that to people. You see people
Facts.
OD, you see them go crazy, like bro, nah.
Yeah.
This just the field I'm in, but this don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, it ain't a measuring stick. You know what I'm saying? Just having something I do.
It's something I do.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, no. And it's making the biggest impact. But not only the biggest impact, it's creating, like you said, other avenues, other streams that's getting weaved in. It's also bringing other people up.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So really, to answer your question for you, dog, I feel like this right here, like the Charged Up movement, dog, is really, like I said, the field of dreams, dog.
Yeah.
You just taking your part, you know what I'm saying, to building foundation of whatever this thing ultimately becomes.
Yeah.
Man. So no, shout out that, dog, for real.
Nah, thank you, bro. I'm glad, like you know, I can tell you see what like bigger is at play or what it could be used for. Like when I think of the fest, like I know what me and the people behind the scenes are like our goals or a vision for it. Like, and you know, I wish people would realize like you succeeding or getting visibility or somebody else getting success and visibility. It's like the more people succeed, you're gonna benefit. So you don't have to make everything about you. Like other people can win and you can win too. That actually makes it better. Like the more people that's winning, it takes off of you, but you win too. Like nobody ever says like, I think sometimes, especially coming from Virginia or Richmond, like areas where it's not as big as other places, like people want to be the one. And it's like, bro, like look at New York City, Atlanta. Ain't no the one. Everybody's the one.
Yeah.
Because we are individual.
Right. And you're only as good as the one that's lined up against you.
Yeah, bro. I wanna be surrounded by 100 people that's dope and lit.
Cause we sharper than each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We keeping ourselves limber. No Diddy. Pause. But no, we keeping ourselves sharp to the point where it's just like, damn, man, no drop what?
Yeah, it's unstoppable, bro. Like, and that's why, like, I love people like, you know, Wu-Tang or the Locks. Cause you see, man, like that's the reason like Wu-Tang and the Locks are so legendary, because them dudes, no matter what, they understand that like they're all great, bro.
Yeah. Like the Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, keep it real. It's like I'm a superhero in my story. Just like it's a whole bunch of main characters coming together.
Yeah,
and doing
bro.
main character shit.
You could all be main characters. And then you form a super group. Then you could go do your individual main character series.
Yeah, real talk.
That's how I like, you know, I'm real proud of like you brought up Richmond Brave earlier. So like Big No, he's actually like a younger cousin of my homie G that I grew up with. We used to play basketball. We played like rec ball, and then we played high school basketball together. But he was like his younger cousin. But I look at that, like to me, that's what I'm very proud of, like doing those projects with him, because it's like There ain't no leader. We both leaders. You feel me? Like it's stuff that I learned from him. He learns from me. That's you know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes it so dope. Like we able to come together and
go to different rooms, come back with different information.
Different, we not alike as artists. We different as people, but we could play off each other's strengths. And then at times one of us may be weaker than the other, and that's where the other one can lift them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, no, I like that. Hell yeah. Any question you wanted to ask Nichole on the board? I know you holding that job.
I mean, no.
All right.
But more so a statement.
Okay.
So I was telling your youngest, I believe it was, at one of the events that I had went to. And it was after I had asked him, can I get some footage of him skateboarding outside the Broadberry? And I was like, you know what? One day, you going to go to the Olympics with this skateboarding. I said, and your daddy going to be performing at the Olympics.
That's incredible. Thank you.
So I was like, I'm claiming it for you.
Oh, that's hard. I like that. No, you got to speak it. You got to speak it in existence, man. Like I say, we believe 100%. We tell ourselves, but also, to get back to what I always say, back in the Salem witch trials, y'all. Like I said, these ladies will get burned at the stake for casting spells. When I was a kid, I was doing expelling tests to learn these words, and now when I'm talking, I'm also expelling these spells, right? And like I said, you can the tongue is a sword, right? Yeah. But you can also live and die by the sword as well, right? But if you're speaking life, if you're able to, educate those, in any way, shape, form, or fashion, man, you're making it one of the biggest impacts as well, and using those tools, those God-given tools, for the greater good or whatever impact that you're trying to make, man. So no, shout out that shit for real. Shout out that shit. Move on along. I wanted to ask this question here, and this may be the last question. That's
the thing about heritage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Hey, we're gonna close out with that. But I wanted to ask you before we get to the heretic big drop, if you could pass the torch to someone else tomorrow, what would you tell them?
Man, like about hip hop or life. I was just
your
saying
message.
General,
Yeah, just your message.
Just don't. Man, it's here. Let me think. This is very profound. Let me think.
Transfer that. That's my Elliot Wilson. I had to clear the air.
Just never
quit.
Clear
the fucking air, yo.
That's the most important thing I think that I've had told to me. The most profound, simplest thing is just never quit, man. Like never quit. Never quit. Because like, good times, like I've heard this saying, good times don't last forever, but it's, the bad times don't either. But if you quit, you'll never get to the other side. Facts. Right? Like you can't quit. That's the only thing I've learned. For real. That's the main thing. Like, and the more I've met notable people, this, that, and that. That's really it's like keep going. Because that's the thing. Like this, that's the only thing we know about Earth, and whatever we're doing is gonna stop someday. Right. So it's like, I remember when I was younger, like I'd be going through stuff, and that really fueled me. Like I think sometimes, like you'll see artists, like even if it's all in your head, right? Like, man, they trying to hold me back. They don't want me to win. And it's like for some people, that thought that whoever this they is, it crushes them.
Right.
And then they tap out and be like, well, they ain't let me get no bigger.
Right. Yeah.
They ain't let me drop my tape. They ain't want me to win. But for me,
that day is not no day. It's in your head.
Yeah. But for me,
it's like you're making excuses.
I was like I had the they thoughts too. But I was just like, it just made me so mad. I was like, I ain't gonna let they win. You know what I'm saying? Like for some people, it stops them. But for me, it just like, they ain't gonna win, bro. Like I know one day or another, this is all gonna come to an end. I'm not gonna speed up that date. You know what I'm saying?
And you're telling yourself.
And I'm not gonna give them. And then, of course, as I matured and I grew, I realized that there is no they. You know what I'm saying? Like over time, there's gonna be people you come across that get in your way or talk down on you, but yeah, like you said, the biggest one is probably in your own mind, whether it's the devil or whatever, you know, how people try to define it. I just told myself like that I'm not letting them get that satisfaction of seeing me quit on myself. You feel me? Because if you know they don't want you to win, why you gonna give them what they want?
There you go. Look, no.
Even if you really thoroughly believe that, man, these people don't want you to. They want you shining, dog.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn around. Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn around then. But no.
Yeah, okay. Dang, I guess.
This is where I start.
Bro.
No, a perfect.
Make it. What Dawg said, man. They make them mad, make them matter. Like,
make them mad, make them matter. But like I said, it goes back to what I said when we first started. I was like, hey, you believe 100% what you tell yourself.
Yeah.
And when you realize the enemy is the inner me,
yeah,
it's like, oh damn, I've been telling myself wrong all the time. It ain't been a day. It's been me telling myself wrong all the time, man. So shout that out. For real. So let's get to the music spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. Where them goddamn chimes at? The music spotlight, y'all. It's for artists that we put on the Clear The Heir platform, man. They meet a special criteria. But more importantly, they're working in their gift. That's the main thing, right? And what we do is we call out, all artists from, not only the surrounding area, but just in hip hop in general, man. Clear The Heir is for the culture. I said Clear The Heir is for the culture. And hey, if your shit tight, that's what I say. If it's hot fire, it's gonna get to the motherfucking Clear The Heir music spotlight, y'all. And I wanted to have Noah, introduce this track, which is the first track off of his new LP, Heretic, that's out right now, y'all. Y'all can get him on all streaming platforms, but we don't do all that streaming shit. So tell them where they can find your music at and actually support the artist, man. Let's clear the motherfucking air.
Yeah, if you really want to support, you go to even.com and download Heretic. You could pay what you want. We got the physical copies of the CD out now. We got the merch, and the vinyl is on the way.
Let's clear the motherfucking air. All right, so yeah, this track right here, dog, is Heretic. And any way you want us to, just the first single off of it. I think that's what you shot a video for as well.
The first song we had dropped was way before the album dropped. Was Dick Fosbury, but that was the teaser. But
the single,
yeah. This track right here, Heretic, produced by Grammy-winning producer Ant the Symbol. I gotta salute Ant the Symbol. He won a Grammy on his production work on Skill's poetry album.
We had to clear the fucking air, yo.
Yeah, man. This is Heretic, produced by Ant the Symbol.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Heretic, heretic, someone who does not conform to generally accepted beliefs or practices, archaic, heretical, or pertaining to heresy or heretics.
Still perfecting my game, no I ain't peak yet. They mad now, I envision where I'ma be next. Beat front, rocking this gold, locking my presets. Spoke life into existence, I need at least jets. Keep up, coast to coast deals, I had to reach vet. Status just to match, cause my mental was far from average. Hard to get established, my city regarded savage. 15, I'm in my trauma, I sparked the cabbage. Don't compare rappers, this garbage was far from lavish. Mama did her best, father taught me to go and grab it. Grew to be the largest, some artists just want the status. Hate I navigated, want a kick, they want a static. Fuck everybody, it was only us, charged up, we ain't have anybody. Put our heads together, little bread together, stood in any weather. Misdirect the anger, had me flashing on whoever. Thoughts of crashing out before I mastered different levels. Run from my own devils, I would mash down on the pedal. Refuse to be a puppet on the hands of a Geppetto. Learn to be content, having less but never settle. The score is never even, these heathens can't give you freedom. Seeking respect from your oppressor, you gotta beat them. In this flawed game from whence we all came, seeking meaning in this existence is arcane. I channel mine in this writing, I crafted lines, trying to make sense in this world of foul design. Found the home beats in these poems that scatter mine. Was now a line sending a tone 1,000 times. He is the truth. Game from the old. He is the truth. Game from the old. Validation is cool, acquire wealth. The dumbest in the room, wise enough to hire help. Poured into these bars, now I'm on the highest shelf. From staying by, pass them all by, I'm flying stealth. Pressure couldn't crack me in two, but I just grew. People say I been shoulda blew or was a fluke. I'ma need $1 million up front and I make it too. For every year I suffered in silence, I feel renewed. People joke and say I must have found a fountain of youth. Could buy 1 million followers, it don't amount to the truth. I built my movement up, strengthen the roots, scraping my boots. I've been all around the globe, still the home is the booth. Pop bottles, pour a little for the homies who gone. Middle finger for the ones who plan on doing us wrong. Why complain about the weight when I train to be strong? Forever screaming charged up, cause I ain't do it alone.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Here's the truth. Game from the old. Here's the truth. Game from the old.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that, bro. That was Noah O. Heretic.
Can I please have more, sir?
Yes, indeed. Let's clear the motherfucking air, y'all. And to all the artists and producers, because they're calling all artists and producers, or anybody working in their gift, man, we got this thing called Music Spotlight, man. So if you want to be featured on our show, just send us a DM and let's clear the motherfucking air. And it's just like that, y'all. Music Spotlight. You bitch, you. But moving right along, as we kind of wrap the show up, I wanted to maybe ask 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll go ahead and we'll close out the show, dog. Like I said, again, man, I can't express the sincerest gratitude that you took out your schedule to come through and clear the air, man. We definitely had to get a drop. But yeah, I appreciate you, Big Dog, for taking the time out for your impact, but also giving back to the culture. In way, shape, or form, dog. And for me, I'm gonna be honest. You challenged me, because I'm super transparent. You challenged me because I was, man, like you. I mean, where they got them chimes at? Oh shit, where is it turned down? It's turned down. Like you, dog. I was tired of shit. And on the last day of the Charged Up Fest, it was the MC battle, and I was like, look, dog, I appreciate, all you do for the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a greater impact. And just giving you your flowers just where I could, you know what I'm saying? And then you was like, look, oh, shit, get my number. Shit, let's do an interview. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I'm about to go home right now and think about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit him up when I find an interview, time to interview.
Yeah.
And you hit me up and was like, hey, man, we still up for the interview. And I'm like, are we still up for the interview? And I'm like, damn, it's time for me to, get my shit together. And I've been, dealing with life too, and trying to find a way to, regain, focus, back on, a lot of things, and, still juggle the other. Yeah, and I was like, look, I gotta, do right by this dude. This dude has, created, an avenue for me, and all I had to do was just show up and be where the hell I needed to be. And now he's challenging me to say, look, dog, I heard you do interviews, and I'm trying to get my fucking interview. Well, hey, I'm gonna be gone. I'm busy. So I need to, figure out, when we're trying to do it. And it forced my hand to the point where I was like, look, let me throw him some dates. And hopefully, whatever one he pick, I can be able to, accommodate for. And the way the stars lined it up and all kinds of shit, and the rainbow came out the sky, dog, and I was able to, get here, have all my shit together, have a immaculate interview, dog. This one gonna be for, for the history books. This one, is definitely for Richmond. This one definitely for VA, dog. It's definitely for the culture. It's definitely for the bigger impact of what attributes to who Noah O is, y'all.
I appreciate it.
So I really wanted to give you flowers and send my sincerest thanks and applause.
Thank you.
To just working in your gift and doing what the hell that you've been created to do. Man, it says a lot. Is there, the last question I'm going to ask is a throwaway question. And the throwaway question is, what didn't I have sense enough to ask you that you would probably be willing to share?
Man, I felt like you asked a lot of important questions. I don't even know. We talked about the album, we talked about the fest, You know, the origins of Charged Up.
I try to hit all the bullet points, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
man.
you giving me that.
I mean, only thing left, you know, I think is just, when is this dropping, you think?
He challenging me again, goddamn it.
I ain't rushing you. I just don't want to say nothing and date, you know what I mean? Mess up dating it wrong or something.
Shit, ASAP. I'm going to be real with you. This is the weekend, so
Before the end of July?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Oh, all right, well, yeah.
Within a week or two.
Oh, okay, yeah, man. We got, you know, coming up, you know, Heretic album is out now. We're going to do, shoot this video produced for the track Had to Do off the album produced by DJ LES. So I'm looking forward to dropping that video hopefully by the end of July. On July 30th, we're going to do a pop-up event in New York City, drop some NYC exclusive merch. So for all my people in New York, you know, you never been to the Charged Up store, you don't plan on coming to Virginia before then, you know, no worries. We come to you, we're going to bring the merch, you know, play some music, bring some artists.
I'm checking that hat out like, damn, I got to ask how much the hat costs.
Yeah, man, just keep bridging the gap between, you know, building this network from New York to Virginia. And, yeah, Heretic is out now.
Go cop.
Yeah.
Go cop. Even
Come through,
biz, man.
Support the movement.
Hell yeah. So let's go ahead and close it out, Nichole and Boss. Anything that you wanted to ask that we did not ask?
I mean, I got something I'm going to ask off camera.
Okay.
So that it's a kind of an idea I want to throw out there, but I feel like keep it a secret. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So we go ahead. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Nichole and Boss. We'll go ahead and close it out. Before we close it out, dog, go ahead and you know, throw out your handles on where you can be found at. Like I said, the storefront, the location of the storefront. You know what I'm saying? The website. I'm quite sure I'm gonna have a QR code somewhere near you in a Charged Up seat that just struck lightning right there beside you. But let me know how you get you.
Yeah, if you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, you can see us at the Charged Up store, 106 West Broad Street in downtown Richmond. On the website, chargedupent.com. I'm also on all social media at Charged Up Noah O. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube. It's youtube.com/chargedupent. But yeah, just Charged Up Noah O everywhere. Again, Heretic album is out now. We're going to drop the vinyl real soon. We're going to drop an exclusive vinyl with HHV. That's a big store in Germany. They're going to have an exclusive colorway of the vinyl. July 30th, we're doing the Charged Up NYC pop-up. And so, yeah, I'll be up in New York for that. And then probably back in New York in August. But, yeah, we just working, man. Heretic is out now. Richmond Brave 2 is out now. Big No performing live in Richmond, Virginia with Project Pat. That's the next time I'll probably out in Richmond, you know, on stage is with Big No. So that show is coming up.
When is that show?
July 23rd.
Word, okay.
Yeah, July 23rd. Project Pat. Big No is opening for Project Pat. And I'll probably hit the stage with him.
I wonder if Steve's going to be still here. He can come to the Project Pat.
No, not
It's going to be lit.
Yeah.
They leave July 10th.
Yeah, it's going to be lit. I know it's going to be out there, though. Hell yeah. No, that's dope. That's dope. Anything you wanted to add on Nichole and Boss? We are going to, you know, close the show out. Like I said, with your next upcoming video, Had to Do, you know what I'm saying, off the Heretic. We're gonna let it ride out, let it play. And like I said, we need that drop real quick. So if you could, what a goddamn.
You want me to do it now or y'all gonna?
No, you can do it now, and I can I can grab any.
What do you want me to say? We clearing the air?
And you just say, you know, you can say clear the air is charged. You can do whatever. You can do whatever you want, man.
This camera.
Yes, sir.
Yep. What's good, man? Noah O Charged Up is the movement, and we gotta clear the air, man. We just cleared the air, man. Get it off our chest, man. You know what it is. Charged Up is the movement. Clear the air.
I had to do what I had to do. When it's all said and done, truth be told, I ain't mad at you. It's only room for one on this ride like I had a coupe. Got ice in my veins to win the game, I step back and shoot. Was born for the moments, that's the biggest where others folded. It's just a footnote, my road to glory and testimony. Bring grown men to heartfelt tributes. Yours would have stopped from all the scar tissue. My balls is cartel issue. 15 in Scarsdale, Ben Flyers Roswell. 16 stashed the stolen loot out in Doswell. Autopilot pilot activated. I ain't used the guardrail. Fell in love with Shawty like Terrell off a bronze tail. Start and stop, they post a lot and never drop. Forever hot, the dumbest thoughts, when will I fly? Never not, I walked when the whip broke. In search of a better spot, had to focus and get low. My life go up and down, so the spokes on the 6-fold. But I always showed up, bruh, man, from the 5th floor. Plant flags crossed the map from the fold to Frisco. When they was stepping loud or wrong, I finesse them and tiptoe. Reach the goal line, I smell like outside the good kind. Cause sunshine drive my Levi, denim on the clothesline. A Gemini, my zodiac should be a Bitcoin sign. Put money on a lawyer, all he did was tell me don't sign. You could give a man a lift or boost, but if he don't climb, success will never reach. I'm the rarest that you won't find. Self-sufficient, futuristic, the next edition. They hate but play in my face, you know an esthetician. Why ask the questions and get the answers but never listen? My folk had cancer, life issues made better living. Was on the cover, proud to say it wasn't death or prison. Against whatever, did my best to protect the vision. I had to do what I had to do. I hope you'll understand. That's all I ask. You promise you never leave, then I promise I'm here to stay. I tear your walls down, I tried, but you don't let me run away. Bonded from trauma, how long for days? This karma's a sauna. They speculate on what I made is the comments from ganja. I refuse to be a slave in the palms of your honor. Rather get paid soaking rays with my partners from Ghana. I made this hellhole smell like Melrose. Before I pump poison, I'll push packs and sell clothes. From Southside Richmond to Hampton and Shell Road. I've been well respected before I was well known. Made a wish, got the size of a whalebone. Now my image so big, can't fit in your cell phone. These God-given attributes, pain gave me attitude. Shoulder my burden, boy, you would've broke your clavicle. I had to do what I had to do.